Hi, I'm Connor and I'm a second year PhD student in biology here at the University of York. And I've been doing my PhD for about 15 months now, so I've actually spent more of that time in the pandemic than I have out of it. And just like every researcher and every PhD student, I've had to adapt not only what it is I do on a day to day basis, but also how I manage my time and how I maintain a good work life balance. And I think that's something that's key to being a good researcher because it keeps you productive, but most importantly, it's good for you as well and it keeps you feeling good. So I think all researchers at some point will have fallen into the kind of classic trap of thinking, okay, well, I'm not being productive enough, so maybe I should just work longer hours or I should work weekends as well. And that especially happens during this pandemic because we're always comparing our productivity now to our productivity before. But when we don't have access to a lot of the facilities that we usually do, you're never going to be as productive, or a lot of us aren't. Now, I'm no expert in what are the best habits for maintaining a good work life balance, but I definitely think there are a few things that we can all do and that work for me very well. So the first of these is spending a lot of time organizing your time. So I spend an hour or so at the start of each week thinking about what it is I want to achieve that week and what I need to do each day to have achieved that goal or to get to that point. And then I also make sure that I always schedule in other things as well, so things outside of work that I enjoy doing as well. And in that way I make time for both. The second thing is that I always set objective based goals rather than time based goals. I personally find that if I set a time based goal, so I say I'm going to work on this specific thing for 4 hours, then I'll just work slowly for 4 hours. And when it gets to the end, I don't feel productive, and then I fall into the trap of saying, okay, well, I'll just work for longer. Whereas if I set a task, an objective based goal, in a realistic time frame, then once it's done, it's done. And then I can do the other things that I've made time for that are outside of work and that I also enjoy. And the last thing that I do is I keep it varied. So it's hard to focus on a specific task for a long period of time. So I focus on a task for a short period of time, say an hour or so, and then I'll break it up with other things that I enjoy doing. And it's easy to do that when you're at home because there's so much else you can do around the house or around your flat or whatever that keep you entertained. And then you come back to the work feeling refreshed and it keeps me productive so I don't just burn out when I get to the afternoon. Life is definitely more difficult now and work especially is hard. I think it's particularly hard for researchers because we're so self-guided in our work and it's really easy to fall into that trap of not feeling productive and wanting to work longer. But in the end, it's not going to be a good solution. It's not going to be good for your project, but most importantly, it's not going to be good for you. And if you can maintain a good work-life balance and work on some of these things and develop some of those skills that help you to maintain that, then that's going to be better for you in the long run.